Yeah, I'll take one.
Yeah. I don't know. Why are people?
I got it.
Were you trying to look this up in that chair?
My manager.
Right.
No.
Okay, I'll tell you no. So.
No, they want to look. Yeah, I didn't know about it. Oh, yeah, we can.
Welcome to the July 21st, 2025 regular city council meeting is now called to order. Would you all please rise and say pledge allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right, Shelley, roll call, please.
Becky Curtis. Here. Gina Reed Nibbler. Here. John Breckenridge.
Here.
John Pfeiffer.
Yep.
Mark Carr.
Yes, here.
All right, that takes us to our first public participation. Anybody that's wanting to speak to the council, you're welcome to come up to the podium. Be sure and sign in. You have 5 minutes. All right. That takes us to the consent agenda. Is there anybody that wants to remove an item off of the consent agenda for its own regular vote? For discussion? Then I will entertain a motion to pass the consent agenda, Shelley.
Item A, motion to approve the minutes of the July 7th, 2025 advisory committee meeting. Item B, motion to approve the minutes, July 7th, 2025 regular session.
I will entertain a motion to pass the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Passes 5 in favor, 0 opposed. That takes us to the appointments. Shelley.
We have for appointment tonight, Debbie Hahn and Veronica Dial from the Cameron Housing Authority. Their applications were presented at the last council meeting. There were no objections, so those are ready for appointment.
Does anybody would like to talk about them or anything? I'm Mayor Curtis. Reappoint Debbie Hahn and Veronica Dial to the Cameron Housing Authority. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Pass, they pass. 5 in favor, 0 opposed.
We did have a new application for the park board. It is on here tonight. If you guys want, we can place it on the next agenda for a decision. There is a park board meeting Thursday. They have not seen it as a new applicant. Yeah, so.
Is there an applicant?
No, they just haven't seen.
Okay, gotcha.
So if there's no objections, we'll place it on.
Sounds good.
I see you also real quick on the planning and zoning commission, you say there's an opening.
There's
But-
an opening on P and Z, and Tom Hamlet is still on the commission, but he does wish to retire.
Okay, and I noticed on Debbie's, she has P and Z and housing board she'd like to serve on, so is that, did you see that?
No, she's not up for a room.
Debbie,
Oh, well, she
Debbie's
had-
on planning and zoning already.
Oh, it says, you know what, I misread that.
Yeah, she's on both, so.
Yeah, I misread it. Sorry.
No, good catch, though. Yes, I had seen it.
That takes us to the city manager report.
Mayor, council, thank you. The first thing we have is the 112 East Third Street. It's the old Dean Photography Building. Magid Demolition out of St. Joe got the bid to start demolition on that. I have quite a few things listed in here, but we received a letter late Thursday after the council packets went out. They had already submitted the application to DNR. There was a 2-week minimum waiting period. We've got all that back. They can start demolition on that building August 1st. And they have 30 days to have that completed. They are going to try to stay off of 3rd Street. They're going to start at the rear of the building and do 30% at a time to try to stay off of 3rd Street. So August 30th, that should be cleaned up and done. Through the loan and grant process through MOCAN, it was an 80-20, and there will be no payments on that loan and for us for 3 years. The second thing we have is city staff. We spoke about this POPs events that brings concerts throughout the state. They're from Van Buren, Missouri. They're working with city staff. They're going to try to have a concert at the airport on the 13th of September. We're also working with the Chamber of Commerce and other organizations preparing for the World Cup next year in Kansas City. 6 games will be played. They're expecting 650,000 visitors. And the visitors will impact a 3.5-hour radius around Kansas City. So we're kind of in the bullseye of that. The next thing we've been talking about is the vandalism in the parks. Things like every Monday morning we are having some type of vandalism in the city parks. I've been working with IRA. We're moving ahead to put an alarm system in the bathrooms that are getting tore up the most. When the doors automatically lock is when that alarm is going to set. We have people sleeping in there overnight. So any motion that goes on in the bathroom during the time that it's locked, I believe it's 9 p.m. to like 6 a.m. somewhere around there. The alarm will be sent to the police department.
So they won't even know the alarm's going off.
Right. And also, Ryan asked Ira to get keys also for the police department that goes to all the bathrooms. So when they're out checking at night, if they're locked, they'll put into them. So, and the last thing, the reservoir dam projects that Corderman's working on, Corderman Forestry. I believe they have all the reservoirs done here except for Grindstone. Got a little bit more work left to do, weather permitting. And that's all I have.
So people in the restrooms, they'll be trespassed if they're caught in there?
Correct. And we are putting cameras, I think, out at the ones at Somerville, is that right? Yeah, the bathroom.
Soccer, at the soccer complex.
Soccer.
And anyone's installed out there, so that's part of that.
By the way, I've heard a lot of really positive comments about the dam out there at the
It
reservoir.
looks good.
Yeah, and well, he put out some pictures on it
Right.
as well. But I happen to know an old man that goes out there and likes to fish, and he was very happy that he could get over to that area now and fish.
If you
So
haven't been out to sea, you need to go look.
Yeah,
It's really nice.
that's exactly what he said. Real quick question on the Third Street demolition.
Okay.
So you said no payments on the loan. Are we gonna be charged interest for the next 3 years? Or is it zero interest and then we start, do you know?
I'm not.
And if you don't have it right
I
now,
don't have it.
okay, just get that to me if you would. It doesn't have to be this second.
Yep.
Thank
We'll get
you.
it.
Any other questions?
Are we on 7? Is that,
We're getting there.
okay, that's what I want.
Okay, so we have next is the City Hall and dangerous building update. Did we just have that?
Tad, Spencer, and myself toured City Hall last week. And they took us through the whole thing. Right now, they are taking all the insulation out. Spencer, you want to give them an update on what we found in there?
They've got most of the sheet rock down on all of the exterior walls. On the upper floor, they've taken out all the insulation. We were able to get a good view of the actual water damage that had come through on those opposite sides. It was pretty extensive. Pretty extensive. They had not completely taken the insulation out on the bottom floor, so we had to see how far down it went.
Zach could tell you all about it.
So that's really where we're at. They're just continuing to get the rest of that out so we can evaluate what needs to be done.
I noticed they were working on Saturday too.
You're working out there right now?
When you have the, but it's after 5. But we can see.
Was there any additional water leakage that you guys noticed? Is it?
Nothing that was, like, you didn't expect, like down around the deposit window there was
We already knew that there was.
Right, but nothing coming through the roof at this time.
They said that they had everything sealed up and that
Okay.
heavy rain that we had, the 6
Yeah.
inches or whatever we
That's kind
got.
of why I was
They said that they didn't see
Nothing.
anything.
awesome.
So they've got it patched for now.
That's good. That's good. All right, thank you.
We'll talk about that.
Mhm.
Okay. Next, we go on to unfinished business. Billy.
Well, I had questions
Oh,
about
sorry.
the other buildings.
Okay.
So what about, the other building?
On the Third Street, the 4 buildings on the north side of Third Street, I've spoke with Gina. They should be starting the asbestos removal this week. And, we'll go from there.
We've heard a lot of should be and all that, because there was the 1st was the deadline, the 15th was the deadline. And I know that is there funding available to do the demolition after the asbestos removal?
Yeah.
So we are covered for that. So we don't need to plan a contingency. City council doesn't need,
Not at this time.
okay? And city manager, are you comfortable with that?
For now, yeah, I'd like to see all the buildings down before, October.
Well, what I don't want is another delay.
Correct.
You know, 'cause we're really at, it doesn't seem like we're at a critical time, but we are, because when we get down toward the end of the year, down into the summer, then nothing happens. Let's just wait till next year. Well, that's a whole nother year.
And if the funding does fall through and it does fall back on us, we have to go through the hoops with the DNR, EPA and all that. So that will take quite a bit longer.
So is there any preliminary work that could be done, just in case?
It's not really ours.
We don't have any control of it.
Well, that would be frustrating if we got down to that point, September, October, and we hadn't got any. More than frustrating. That's all.
That's somebody's property. We gotta let them take care of it.
I don't need schooled on
No, I know.
that. Thank you very much.
Be aware.
Yeah, it's not city.
Another question? Okay, that takes us to, again, unfinished business, our second and final reading of Bill 2025-21. Kelly.
Bill 2025-21, an ordinance extending the duration and term of the US 36 and Bob F. Griffin Road Community Improvement District.
I will entertain a motion to pass Bill 2025-21 on a second and final reading by roll call.
Second.
Discussion?
If there are any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them, but as stated at the last meeting, this is just extending the term so that the CID can secure the loan on the terms that are most advantageous for it. And we're working with bond counsel to ensure that there's as early of a call date as possible. Because based on the revenues that have been received by the CID, it is unlikely that this additional 10-year term would be necessary, but bankers play everything safe. So they request with it.
Kelly.
Gina Reed Hitler. Yes. John Breckenridge.
Yes.
John Biger.
Yes.
Mark Carr.
Yes.
Becky Curtis.
Yes. That takes us to resolution 20, new business, resolution 2025-36. Kelly.
Resolution 2025-36, a resolution of the City of Perry, Missouri, awarding the bid and entering into a contract with Magic Demolition, Inc. for the demolition of 112 East Third Street.
I will entertain a motion to pass resolution 2025-36.
Second.
Discussion.
Mayor, that's what we just talked about
Right.
on the city manager's report, that the contract is, for them to start the demolition on
Where are they out of?
St.
St.
Joe.
Joe.
Springfield? Okay. I read that.
Very long last.
Is it? Seeing there are no other questions? All those in favor of passing resolution 2025-36, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes 5 in favor, 0 That takes us to our next resolution, resolution 2025-37. Shelley.
Resolution 2025-37, a resolution authorizing the city manager of the city of Cameron, Missouri, to enter into a contract with CP Excavating LLC for the Harris Street Improvement Project.
I will entertain a motion to pass resolution 2025-37.
Second.
Mayor, council, this resolution is for the CP Excavating, the bid for the Hare Street project, which will be funded by the half-cent sales tax and the $500,000 CDBG. This project will consist of all new storm sewer, gutter, street, sidewalks. Everything will be all brand new. The driveway approaches in the right of way, so they will all be brand new. So long time coming, and glad for it to get started. But this project will continue over into 26.
Any questions? All those in favor of passing resolution 2025-37, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? It passes 5 in favor, 0 opposed. That takes us to our second public participation. Anybody that would like to talk, come forward, sign in, and have 5 minutes. That takes us to miscellaneous comments from the staff.
I just want to give a shout out to the street crew at 4th Street, just east of the First Christian Church. We had 3 or 4 reports of a sinkhole starting there. Tad's crew got out there, and when they started digging, it fell 3.5 feet down. There was a sewer issue there. They got it fixed pretty quick. So we're lucky we didn't lose a car or school bus or anything like that in that. It was a pretty big hole. So.
I might add that the water sewer guys.
And the water sewer guys, they were down in there. That's all I have. Nothing.
How's the budget going?
It's slow, but directors, department heads are giving us information and we're compiling that and hope to have some sort of work session before the next meeting, so.
Yeah.
Like Dan said, the street crews they're out patching. We get some pictures put up.
I
on the
was
website.
gonna say, I saw several good shots out there. It was a little shiny at one point on.
Yeah, that was some of Dan's. Yeah, I know the runway at the airport's come along good. Still working on the runway lighting, electric, up there work. You know, you guys just plugging along, keep trying to get all the patches done.
Doing good.
All right, Ira, you weren't here last time, so let's hear about everything that's been going on.
The pool is doing very well. We've had very little issues with everything going on there. I think all the staff that we got, all the kids seem pretty happy with the managers that we have, and I haven't heard any major complaints from the patrons and stuff like that, so it's going off really well. Concession stands are doing very well at the pool as well. Seem like the cheeseburgers and hot dogs are big hit with the kids. Since they get kind of left there all day, mom, dad give them $20, at least they got some food in their bellies. We are looking at August 10th to close the pool down. Managers kind of talked to all the kids and stuff. By August 11th, everything kind of starts back up for all of them. Cheerleading, football, and dance, and stuff like that. So all in all, we still got a few more weeks of operation, so knock on wood, it's going pretty well for the first year. So we have also we've been waiting on some parts for, if you've seen some of them, we got the drinking fountain installed back in some of the parks. We started off with the drinking fountain at the tennis court there, and the water guys had come down and repaired some the plumbing on it, on the water line itself for us, and then we started with the dog park because we thought it was pretty hot in those days, so we got those 3 in. We are waiting on the water guys going to help us fix the other 2 water lines Portable Park, the skate park, they somehow got bent over. So we're gonna fix those and then we'll get those installed. And then we won't uninstall them, we'll just winterize them. I'm not real sure why they were taken out. There's an access panel on the back of them, you can winterize them just like anything else, so we won't have to do it again, so. The guys are busy, we're getting ready to start up with, fall soccer and flag football here probably in the next couple of weeks, so they'll start getting the fields marked, getting ready for those two as well, so. And then like Dan was talking about, we're working on trying to get some of the vandalism down with the motion sensors and the cameras and stuff, and hopefully maybe catch some people and maybe deter them from tearing stuff up, so. You know, just like this morning though, the guys went down to clean Beaver Park and there was 2 people living in there overnight. Just the way it is. At least they didn't tear anything up. That's all I got.
I got a quick question for you. I was thinking about ways to maybe keep the pool open a little bit longer. And I knew the concern was that kids are going back to school. And so you have fewer and fewer kids to pull from to be able to work. Have you thought about contacting like some of the local area pools and just telling them, hey, you know, we'd like to stay open a little longer. If you've got a group of kids that are covered by whatever insurance we have to have and such that are working for you, but they still want to go ahead and work a couple, 3 extra weeks.
Well, it's not quite that simple with the kids that we hired, work with Amy and stuff, and you had to make them go through a drug test, and they're basically city employees. So by the time you get all that paperwork done, it'll be end of August.
So not the other towns don't do the same thing?
Well,
I'm just saying if there's, yeah, I don't want us to go outside the normal standards that we're requiring. I was just saying, you know, if Hamilton is requiring the same things, same insurance, I was just trying to figure out a way, because I know the pool has been a big hit.
we still have to hire them on as city employees though.
And do the drug testing and
Payroll setup, drug testing, background setup. I mean, even that was the one main reason why we got a few kids from Gallatin, because they had the same certification that we went through. So we was able to hire them on and not necessarily pay for their certification because they went to Gallatin and did theirs, but we were able to hire them on.
Okay.
Actually, and I was really counting it up, John, and what, we total from when we were supposed to open, of course, we didn't get to open quite on time, but we were ready to go. If we have, well, by August 10th, we'll have 79 days of operation versus 81 for last year. So we were pretty close on a lot more days of operation than we originally were planning for the budget stuff, but not as quite as many as 81. So we'll be just about 2 days short of it, so. Yeah, the weather really, yeah.
Right, no, I know
Yeah.
that
That's
it
the
took
stuff
a
at the
while.
very beginning.
Cold in the beginning and really, really hot.
Yeah.
So, okay,
So,
thanks.
I have a question. Who's gonna be, are we having anybody help us to, shut down the pool and winterize it?
probably have Crothers come back up just for a professional standpoint. But I think the majority of it, Mark and I Mark's been a very big help as far as water operations and stuff like that. I think we'll get the gist of it, but I would like to go ahead and hire Crothers to come back up just to show us for sure. So, but yes, as far as winterization or winterization coming up, we'll have them come back.
And then next year you'll just do it all on your own with the.
Should be able to do it all on our own. It'd be a little easier to know the operation side of it. And at this year, at the end of it, when we drain the pool, I'm going to get with the water department, have them come up and jet the drain line to make sure there's no more extra leaves in there and stuff. So hopefully that will stay open a little bit better. We won't have the problem like we did on the start of this year.
No green water?
No, you'll have green water. No, green water, it'll occur like that when you're able to drain it. That's when you know all the chemicals have faded off and evaporated and stuff. That's when you know your water is safe to drain.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so as Dan and I are both, the water guys have come and helped out with parks, getting their water lines fixed, working on the sewer on 4th Street. And our
We're down to 3 guys right now, so it's kind of huge strand on getting stuff done, but get ready to start on some sewer inspections on Harris Street. That's the Soup Street project out there. Make sure there's no sewer issues before we put down the street. So, electric guys, doing pole change outs. Had several tree issues here lately with some storms. A lot of stuff in backyards, falling on people's services, so. That's really all I got.
Chief.
From operations standpoint, we're in our normal yearly, inspections on our trucks. So our pump test, will be coming up, in a few weeks. Our aerial test has already been completed. Our air packs have been completed. That's something we have to do every year. I had a group of guys who went to NW Electric for Family Day. It's kind of public education and be around with kids, and everybody seemed to like that pretty well. See the trucks, and we actually took the old truck out so they could see that too. So having an old truck and a new truck, so you see the comparisons. Then we have the little truck. National Fire Safety Council. I purchased with the money, some of the money that the basically the businesses give to us, the National Fire Safety Council, and all their public education material. I have a little fire truck that's motorized, so the smaller kids can actually get inside and take a little ride. So I get a pretty good kick out of that. With the help of, I have a lot of help from my staff, getting all these services done because it comes through the week. So they help out a lot. Fire calls, emergency services calls have been pretty taxing on most of us. We've been able to have plenty of personnel to take care of the jobs. I've had a couple of calls that I brought in outside departments to backstaff us because we was taxed to the max. So I back covered us. So if we had anything here in town that would cover that. Everything's good. We're still moving on in the hiring process, put on more firefighters, so, and with some application.
You have application. All right, thank you.
People Donald, been a lot of calls, been a whole lot of calls. With limited resources. As well as the last few years, we've done a lot of improvements, we've done a lot of changes. Our biggest one lately was our CAD project. I've talked to you guys about this in the past. This is something that we have taken. Steve Miller actually started with it. It's going to help us grow the dispatch center. It's going to help provide better service. Really, what I want to do is take some time, recognize 2 employees, they're Hillary and Brent. I might have got them here on false pretense. These 2, these are dispatch supervisors, directors here. These 2 did amazing work. They took a project that should have taken 18 to 24 months and did it in 6. That's the only way we can make it cost effective, was to cut down on the amount of time spending to transfer over. So they spent a lot of nights, weekends, phone calls nonstop. They did a great job with it. And I just like we don't recognize our people for when they do this kind of work enough. So, respectful. Go ahead.
For you.
Thank you.
Hang on. One of them.
So when I told you guys you had 6 to 8 months to complete it, you guys got it done. We appreciate all your hard work. Thank you. Well, thank you. Right. I did tell them if you have any questions, or if you have any questions, form on it. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome.
Do you have anything else you want to tell us?
I think that's it for now. We do have National Night Out, National Night Out is August 5th. A lot of events planned for it at the new ball fields. So that'll be from 5 PM to 8 PM. You guys can attend, that'd be great.
Spencer,
Just really the focus right now is trying to get a code enforcement officer hired. We have more applications this round. We'll get some interviews set up this week. Hopefully get something rolling soon.
yeah,
Find
because
the
that
right
person
person.
needs to hit the ground running, because our city, look.
So that is the main focus right now. Other than that, just getting everything in line with expectations with contractors and builders and homeowners when they're doing their permit applications, as far as getting documentation correct, making sure we're getting all the proper inspections. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than I want to give like an awesome shout out to the staff here, because me being new, every single one of these people has taken time to sit and listen to my stupid questions about process with procedures. Shelley, Amy, like everybody has given me time that they probably did not have. I just want to, I appreciate it.
Burger King property.
And the Burger King property, we were able to track down the actual property manager for that property, and I got an email confirmation from them that they did set up landscape service, somebody's gonna come in and clean it up. Yeah, so they said it will be done this week.
That's good news. It looks terrible from the highway.
Who was it that did the preliminary mowing there?
Ross were,
Yeah, he just did it on his own.
Well, that was nice of him.
yes.
It was.
Very nice of him.
Took a chunk out of it.
So didn't you get paid for that? No.
I went up there to look at it to see if I could do that. My mower wasn't gonna handle that. Needed brush cutter.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Hey, Spencer? Where does that take? Where does that take us to Shelley?
I will be out of the office at the Irma annual meeting, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. So I will be available by phone if you need me, but I'll be
Was that part you can throw down there?
available. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Somebody's right farming. Hey, Chris.
I'm hiding right in the middle. Working on the email migration for the city hall, the police department, fire department, the whole city. Everybody's, they're becoming aware, and we're working through the migration plan, trying to make sure there's no surprises. That's all I want to say.
Is that it? Is it?
Beach, beach.
Oh, I have Carrie here tonight. She's one of
Yay.
Okay. All right.
Nothing. That's my piece. When I first saw the officer come up, I thought he was gonna bring us donuts.
Those were some
Yeah, the cookies or something.
Congratulations on, putting something together. It's gonna take a year and a half, maybe 6 months. Glad to see there's some multitaskers around this place that can make that full work. And the third point, I think, I have people approach me, but we obviously in this community have an issue with being this close to the interstate. We have an issue with vagrancy, squatting, and panhandling. And I think we're aware of that. We're working on that, and we're trying to work through that as best as we can. Thank you.
Yeah, I really love the cooperation that everybody's showing amongst the departments. It was something that concerned me before, that everybody thought they were in their own little universe. Now that people are working together, I just really feel like it's helping everybody, and really a good example for citizens. And I'm headed to the Main Street conference. So I will be coming back with a report on that next week.
I think I've said most of mine, just thank you all. I really do appreciate the work. We're seeing it. I'm getting told, instead of getting yelled at all the time about things, now I'm getting told things like, hey, that music at the pool is, I'm not kidding.
Somebody commented about it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny, some of the things, but that's what I've been getting, is these even just little positive things, instead of all the constant nagging and upset with this or that, so just great job on everything. Again, continuously getting those, hey, these guys are getting out there immediately and doing this, so thank you. And I know everybody's doing the same thing. Not everybody knows which folks to give the congratulations to in there and such, but awesome job. And yes, thank you for taking something and being able to do it that efficiently. Because that's just not something you see in government. It's just not. If they would have told me it was gonna take 18 to 24 months, I would have assumed it was gonna take 36 to 48. So you got it done in 6 months. Awesome job. We appreciate that. That's it for me.
I did have a lifeguard in my office and I asked her, she presented a check. Paycheck. I'm like, oh, you're a lifeguard. How do you like it? She really loved it. So that was really good too. And the vagrants, I actually saw, most of you know where their office is if I'm gonna drive, and that is a highway for vagrants. We've been seeing quite a few. Last week I saw one with a baby carriage. But then I find out that that's how they move their stuff. Thank God there wasn't a baby in it. Because I watched where they were going. They didn't use the sidewalk. They used to go down the basements, and I was like, oh, man, you got a baby? I know it wasn't. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. But yeah, so it is, and we are well aware of it. Hopefully we can do something. A lot of times we can't. So, well, that's all I have. Thank you for coming, and I will entertain a motion to exit the council into executive.
For attorney-client communications and personnel.
So,
Roll call.
John Breckenridge.
yes.
John Biker.
Yes.
Mark Carr.
Yes.
Becky Curtis.
Yes.
Tina Reed Hitler.
Yay.
It was a short night, guys.